Hi guys, I'm Ankit and this video we shall see another problem on LeetCode. Minimum cost climbing the stairs. So you're given an array where each element represents the cost of each step on the staircase. So once you pay the cost, you can either climb one or two steps. So let's say you can start the step from either zero index or step with the first index also. So return the minimum cost to reach the top of the floor. Let's say you are at this position, first index, zeroth index. Okay, either you can move to 15 or you can move to 20. That is what I do. You can climb either one or two steps. From 10 you can move either one step upward or two steps upward also. And but our intention here is we have to get the minimum cost to reach the top of the floor. So basically we'll be using a dynamic programming approach here. So that means see if you are in the zero step they have told you can either start from the step with index 0 or step with index 1. So if you are in 0, let's say we are first we are in the zeroth index, okay? What is the cost? 0 because you're starting from that index only. So we'll have, let's keep a dynamic array dp of n plus 1 size. Why n plus 1 size? We'll get to know by the end. So first we will have dp of 0. That is for the zeroth index. What is the cost? 0. Okay. So at this position cost is 0. Next we move to next index. Let me just write the index as well. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here what we have? dp of n plus 1 we have. Okay. So we start with 0th index. Okay. dp of 0 is 0. Why? They are told you can start with index 0. Then the cost will be 0 for that. What about dp of 1? If you start from the first index, they are told you can start either from the 0th index or first index. Okay, because let's say if we want to go to this first index, that is the second step, then I'll directly start from here only. Even this cost also will be 0 because they have told either you can start from 0th index or first index. So here also cost is 0 again, that is dp of 1 equal to 0. Next, let's say, okay, so minimum cost to reach first step is 0, minimum cost to reach second step is 0 because you started from that step itself. So that is what they have told. Here, let's say index in the, I will say 0th step and first step. If you get confused like first, second, 0th step and first step, that is what 0. Let's say if you want to go to the second step, that is ideally third step, 1, 2, 3 if you take it, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the steps actually, step numbers, but we represent this with the index in the array as 0. If you want to go to third step, so this is step that is at the index 2. Either you can climb what from the first step or you can climb from second to third step. You can climb from 1 to 3 or 1 to 2 to 3. 1 to 3 means you are moving two steps from first step. If you go from 2 to 3, that means you are going one step. That is what they have told. You can either climb one or two steps. So which causes the minimum cost here? So if you climb from 0 to the third, that will be 0 plus 1. Okay, 0 to the third. Cost is 0 for the 0th step. So here 1. So that will be give you 1. Comma 0 plus again 1. What will it give you? The minimum cost is again 1. So minimum is 1 only. Got it? That means, sorry, it's a wrong approach. I'll explain once again. So for the second step, you can come from either 0th index or first index to second index. So first step to third step or second step to third step. So while you are moving, you have to compute the cost. Here the total cost will be 1. Here the total cost will be 0 plus 100 will be 100. So minimum cost will be dp of n minus 1 plus cost of, sorry, n not n minus 1, I minus 1 plus cost of I minus 1, comma dp of n minus 2 I minus 2 plus cost of I minus 2. So dp of I minus 1 plus cost of I minus 1 will be 100 plus 0, and dp of I minus 2 plus cost of I minus 2 will be 1 plus 0, which is giving you minimum 1. So this 1 will be the answer. dp of 2 will be equal to 1. So that means if you want to move to second step, first to find for zero step how much cost it will take. For first step how much cost it will take. Then for second step you do recursively. Like if I climb from zero to second step, that will be two steps, right? How much cost it will get you, and if you are moving from first step to second step, then how much cost it will take. So that is 1 and 100 respectively, and you take minimum of that. So here 1 means actually you are climbing from 0 to second step directly. You are not taking this 1 to 2 step path here. Similarly, you do for the next element. So again, if you see, if you want to come to the fourth step here, that means third index. How do you come? Either you can come from 2 to 3 or 1 to 3. So which will cost you the minimum cost? So if you're getting from 1 to 3, that is 100, right? And if you're getting from 2 to 3, that is 1 plus 1, 2. dp of I minus 1 plus cost of I minus, which is minimum in this. 2 is the minimum. Again for this step also, either you can come from 3 to 4 or 2 to 4. 2 to 4 means it's 2. 3 to 4 means it's 2 plus 1. That is 3. That is minimum will give you 3, 2 only. So that means you directly climb from 2 to 4. You will not take the path 3 to 4 because that will cost you 3. But this is costing you 2, which is minimum. Again, if you want to move to this step, check which is minimum 4 to 5 or 3 to 5. Or this is 3 and here 2 plus 1 is 3. Again same. So it will be 3 only. Both are same. Again you move to the next step. So here it will be 300 total cost. Here it is 3. So minimum is 3 you take. So this will cost total cost of 4 now you have. When you want to move to this step, either you can climb from 5 to 7 or 6 to 7. 5 to 7 will cost you 300. 6 to 7 will cost you 4. Which is better? 4 is better. So this 4 plus 1 will be 5 the total cost of this. Now again for this position, which is minimum 4 or 5? 4 is minimum. 100 plus 4 will be 104. Again for this step, which is minimum 5 or 104? 5 is minimum. So 5 will be the answer. So 5 plus 1, 6 is the total cost. Yeah, this is how we get the answer. And at last you will return dp of n. N is nothing but last index 6. So okay. And one more thing we can optimize this that we'll see later without using the extra array. How can you use it with direct given array? Okay. So first we'll have an extra array of type dp, and yeah, first we need to find the size. So int n equal to cost dot size. So dp of n plus 1. Next, after this, what we need to do for each element in the cost, right? Okay, first for zeroth step. So that is dp of 0 is equal to 0 and dp of 1 is also equal to 0. Why? Because they are told can either start from 0 step index or first index. That is why it is 0. And then you start with the I equal to 2. In I equal to 2, I lesser than n, I plus plus. So dp of I will be equal to minimum of dp of I minus 1 plus cost of I minus 1, comma dp of I minus 2 plus cost of I minus 2. At last you return dp of n. Yeah. Um, okay. It's giving us output as 0. Okay, that is because I equal to 0. Okay, this should be equal to n. Why? So once you found this 6 will be answer of dp of 10. That is why. That's the reason. So that's the reason we need to have n plus 1. Because if we just take n dp of n, 0 to 9 it is okay. 0 to 9 that is fine. But what about last index 10 where you have the answer 6? This total sum 5 plus 1 6. So that is why here it should be equal to n. Yes, I hope this works now. Yeah. Now we'll see how to optimize this. Instead of having this array, it will take a extra complexity of big of n, right? N plus 1, yeah. So how do we will not take this extra time complexity, and how do you space complexity actually? Yeah, how do you avoid this? For that, what we'll use is, as I said, let's just write few 1 1 1. Okay, 1 1 1. Okay, you have this 100 1 1 1. So as I said, let's keep a pointer. Okay, previous equal to 0 and current equal to 0. Instead of dp of 0 and dp of 1, what we'll have is previous equal to 0, current equal to 0. This previous represents over here and current will point over here. Okay. Next, what we'll do is, when you found this, let's name it as next. And you find the cost, the minimum of this blah blah blah. Yeah, you will find this cost. dp of all this is this cost. So once you get this minimum, next what you have to do? First, previous should be equal to current, and then current will be equal to next. Am I right? So once you get this next, this previous should be actually current, and this current should move to next. Then again you find the next. So that time this is previous, this is current. So that is what we need to do. So instead of this, I'll comment all this. So int previous equal to 0 and int current equal to 0. Here instead of dp of, I'll just copy this, okay, and comment this. Instead of dp of I, what we need to do? Int next equal to this. Next, after that, previous should be equal to current. You can't just modify the current. If you modify the current, you lose track of the 100 here. So first previous should be equal to current, then current will be equal to next. Yes, and at last we have to return current. Okay, okay. So here also dp of I minus 1 is nothing but current. dp of I minus 2 is previous. So if you are finding at this position, this is current, this is previous. So dp of I minus 1 this is, dp of I minus 2 is this. That is previous and current respectively. Yeah, one bracket here. Yes, and for Java, I'll show the logic. Same, nothing change. You can implement this here also. Current, previous, next. So in this way, we avoid the space, like take lesser space to solve the problem. Extra array won't be taken. So successfully submitted. If you understood the concept, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll come up with another video in the next session. Until then, keep learning. Thank you.